A blessed day to all of you, my future marketer, my future entrepreneur, and my future accountant. How are you today? I hope you are all good, healthy, and of course, you learned a lot within 3 weeks of our online classes. Are you still happy and motivated? Of course you will, since it's bare months, right? So we will start our lesson for this week, which is the 8 major approaches of marketing. So ano yung pumapasok sa isip ninyo when you hear that approaches in marketing? Now, what's that approaches of marketing? These are the product of or commodity approach, institutional approach, functional, management, system, societal, legal, and economic approach. So what's approaches of marketing? The first major approach of marketing is the product or commodity approach. So here, the focus is the product. Everything about a product is studied in this approach. A detailed study will be made on the nature of the product, the source of supply, the pricing pattern, the kind of promotional tool used, packing, brand selection, the middleman in the market, and so on and so forth. So, yun yung sa product or commodity approach. Next, we have the institutional approach. So here, the focus is on the study of institutions, middlemen, wholesalers, retailers, importers, exporters, agencies, warehousings, and many more, who are engaged in the marketing during the movement of goods, no? Kung paano napapagalaw yung mga produkto. So the approach is also known as the middleman approach. So here, it emphasis given to understand the analysis the functions of institutions who are discharging their marketing functions. And also, the activities of each institution form a part of marketing and collectively complete the marketing functions. So in the process of moving the goods from the producer to the final consumers, a large number of persons are engaged. Ganun naman talaga, di ba, bago siya mapunta sa ating mga consumers. So yung produkto, yung specific product ay maraming pinagdadaanan. Now, this system pays attention to the problems and functions of marketing institutions, transporting, banks, and other financial institutions, yung warehousing, advertising, insurance, etc. So this method does not give adequate knowledge of the entire marketing functions and also fails to explain the interrelations of different institutions. In this approach, it gives importance to the various functions of marketing. So in this approach, the marketing splits into many functions like buying, selling, pricing, standardization, storage, transportation, advertising, and packing. And also, the marketing is regarded as business of buying and selling, and as including those business activities involved in the flow of goods and services between the producers and customers. Next, we have the management approach. So here it concentrates upon the activities of marketing functions and focuses on the role of the decision making at the level of firm. So this approach is mainly concerned with how managers handle specific problems and situations. Kaya minsan mahirap din talaga mag-manage, no? Mag-manage ng isang business. So it aims through evaluation of current market practices to achieve specific marketing objectives. So it's very good thing na or good way yung pagkakaroon ng evaluation sa mga customer yung pag-survey sa kanila kung ano yung magandang or kailangan pang i-improve sa inyong company or business. So, this also, under management approach, it has two factors, the controllable and uncontrollable, which are more concerned with the decision making. So, when we say controllable, it includes the price adjustment. Di ba may mga customer na matawad, yung mga ganon. So, kailangan mag-adjust. No? Advertisement. Yung mga uncontrollable naman kapag pumapasok na dyan yung economical, sociological, psychological, political. Yan. So, yan yung basis or basic that causes for market changes. And these changes cannot be controlled by any firm. But controllable can be controlled by the firm. No, yung mga under ng controllable, yung price adjustment at advertisement, so pwede pa siyang kontrolin. But the uncontrollable limit the marketing opportunities, di ba? Instead na marami kang mabebenta, kaya lang dahil kunwari, for example, ngayon may mga pandemic, so hindi mo makokontrol yung mga yon. So managerial approach is concerned with the study of uncontrollable and then taking decisions for controllable within the scope set by uncontrollable. Managerial or decision-making approach also emphasizes on the practical aspects of marketing, but ignores the theoretical aspects of marketing. So at the same time, this approach also provides an overall information of the entire business. Okay? The next one, we have the system approach in studying marketing. So a system is an organized body of identifiable, independent parts. So these parts are called the subsystems. For example, yung katawan natin. So yung mismo katawan natin ay system, no, as a whole. And the various parts of the body like yung heart, brain, eyes, ears, nose, yung mga tinatawag nating subsystems. So, if the business as a whole is a system, so yung mga subsystems niya, yung production, finance, marketing, yung mga yon. So, each of these subsystems can further be split pa dun sa mas maliit na parts na tinatawag din nating subsystems. Kumbaga, under siya ng subsystem, yung mga other personnel. Like yung nasa product planning, pricing, promotion, and distribution. Yung mga subsystems ng marketing. So each of this is independent, but each affects the system. Now, the uniqueness of the subsystems and their effect on the system get focused in the system's approach. Okay. For societal approach, the marketing process is regarded as a means by which society meets its own consumption needs. This system gives no importance as to how the business meets the consumer's need. So therefore, attention is paid to ecological factors tulad ng sociological, cultural, legal, and the marketing decisions and their impact on the society's well-being. So, ganun yung sa societal approach. Sa legal approach naman, it considers only the legal aspects of marketing. For example, the transfer of ownership to buyer. And also, it explains the regulatory aspect of marketing. So, a number of laws have been enacted in India to safeguard the interest of both the buyers and sellers. So, here we have some laws concerned with the marketing, like the Sale of Goods Act, the Consumer Protection Act, the Essential Commodities Act, the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act, and the MRTP or the Monopolies and Restrictive Trade Practices Act. So, yun yung mga example of the different laws that are very concerned in marketing. Lastly, for the economic approach, so this approach deals with only the problems of supply, demand, and price. And also the economic aspects affecting the marketing get priority in such an approach. There are numbers of economic concepts like the cost, revenue, competition, demand, and supply that affect the marketing. So that's the economic approach. I will end our discussion for this day by reading the verse from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 29, verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. I believe and I pray that all of you will become a successful businesswoman and businessman someday. I always pray for your future. God bless you all and have a nice day.